still remember the day my mother was diagnosed with terminal cancer. It was like a bombshell had exploded in our lives, leaving us shattered and helpless. My mother, the rock of our family, the one who had always been there for us, was lying in the hospital bed, her body ravaged by this merciless disease. As I sat beside her, holding her fragile hand, I couldn't help but think about the countless times she had sacrificed for us, her children. She had worked tirelessly to provide for us, to give us the best education and the best in life. And now, when she needed us the most, we were powerless to help her. The doctor's words kept echoing in my mind. She doesn't have enough time left. The cancer had spread, and we would just do a little to save her life. Hmm. I felt like I was punched in my gut, unable to breathe, unable to think. As days went by, my mother's condition got worse. She was in excruciating pain, and the medications were not helping that much. She would cry out in agony, begging us to end her suffering. My father, my siblings, and I were torn apart by emotions. We didn't know what to do and how to make her feel better. One day, I was sitting beside her. She looked at me in tears and said, "My son, I'm tired. I'm so tired. Please end my suffering. I didn't want to be a burden to you guys anymore." I felt like my heart has been ripped out of my chest. How could I, her son, take her life? But how would I watch her suffer like this? I was torn between my love for my mother and my duty to end her suffering. I didn't know what to do, and the weight of my decision was crushing me. As I looked around, I saw my family members, each of them struggling in their own emotions. My father was crying silently, his body shaking with grief. My siblings, tears running down their faces. We were trapped in the nightmare but couldn't wake up. And then I thought about all the efforts my mom has put, her sacrifices to make sure we were happy, her encouragement for me to pursue my dreams and never to give up. I looked at her, lying in the hospital, but I didn't know what to do. I had to decide whether to end her suffering or to let her continue to live in agony. It was a very, very tough decision, and this decision will haunt me for the rest of my life. A decision that would test my love, my compassion, and my humility. But I sat there, holding her hands, and I realized that this decision was not just about my mother, it was about me too. It was about what kind of person I would be, what kind of son I wanted to be. Did I want to be the son who ended his mother's suffering? Or did I want to be the son who allowed his mother suffer? As I pondered these questions, I couldn't help but wonder, what would you do if you were in my shoes? Would you end your mother's suffering, or would you let her live in agony? The decision I made that day would change my life forever. It would test my faith, my morals, and my values. But it will also teach me the true meaning of love, compassion, and sacrifice. And as I look back on this fateful day, I'm still haunted by the question, what would you do if you were in my shoes? Guys, this one is really, really tough. If you were in this guy's shoes, what would you do? Would you end the woman's suffering, or would you allow her wallow in her agony? Please help this young guy. If you were in his shoes, what would you really do? What would be your decision to take? Do well to comment, share. Don't forget to subscribe. This is my story with Steph. We share real life stories, real life experiences to learn from them and get advice as well. Don't forget to subscribe. Just click the subscribe button and share, 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 share. But most importantly, comment. In this guy's situation, if you were to find yourself in his situation, what would you do? Thank you. Take care and do have a blessed day. Bye for now.